Okay. David Kaas is my guest today, co-host today, and I want to share. I did one other email. Now I'm trying to let people understand. I am restructuring. I do have some national companies, two of them, as a matter of fact, and a political party, the Anti-Federalist Party, taking another page out of history. And all of that is coming together. These sites are coming together. The Liberty Village is going to be put together as a database and a communication base. So if you're looking for a place to live, for a structure, for a community, an intentional community, or a neighborhood that's fairly progressive, if they pass certain criteria, they can be listed in the libertyvillage.org site. So, and we have the internet companies now that are cooperating and going to be working with us. So I put out, I am going back to doing pretty much what I've always done. I'm going to be writing, and because everything I wrote back that was so radical 10 years ago, David, is happening today, and now even CNN is talking about some of the things I talked about 5 or 6 years ago.
Well, they will, Clay. They're all going to be getting on the bandwagon here shortly, all the ABC, NBC, and CBS, too, because they won't be able to not say anything about what's actually going on.
But this is living, we are living in the 21st century, folks. We are living in the 21st century, and this is happening right now. This is happening right now. I'm going to share this article with us, David, and feel free to comment if I touch on something. This is kind of, this film right here up on YouTube should serve as an introduction to me. And here's the importance, folks. I have had a ripple effect. Ron Paul was a subscriber for years and years before he became a presidential candidate. Each time a new person awakens to universal truth, the whole of humanity rises in resonance. The higher humanity evolves with social conscience, the more we all align in harmony with the divine order of the universe. And folks, there is one thing stronger than all the armies in the world, according to Victor Hugo, a novelist, Les Miserables, I believe. That one thing stronger than all the armies in the world is an idea whose time has come. Free thinkers are those who willingly use their minds without prejudice, or who are willing to use their minds without prejudice and without fear. Folks, I am a free thinker. And the article I just sent out to everyone, and you can get it up on my website, I thought my world had ended. I was wrong. Doesn't happen very often, folks, but I was wrong. And I think this is about life in the 21st century. Personally, I like the 21st century a hell of a lot better than I did the first century. You know, and I've told you burning bushes are passé. God works on the internet. Folks, I am ClayDouglas. I have been a writer for many years. I started my first novel over 40 years ago. That one will be finished this year. Got the premise down a long time ago, but I had to do 40 years of research to finish it properly. I moved to Florida after traveling to 49 states to write the Trevor Cameron Terror series about a biker businessman in Florida. This series came into being after one of my favorite authors, John D. MacDonald, died. I had read every one of his Travis McGee series. I liked the way he used the color in all of his titles. The first novel in my series I called One Bloody Alabaster Eye. The second was Deadly Flashes of Silver. My character's mother, Molly B., appeared in MacDonald's Deep Blue Goodbye and slept with Travis. Her son was my character. My original plan was to name my character Trevor McGee Hamilton, but I met MacDonald's son, Maynard, from New Zealand, at a conference at Bahia Mar to honor his dad, told him of my plan. That led to communicating with his attorneys for a month or so. Their conclusion was I had done nothing wrong and that I wrote just like John D. They forwarded my manuscripts to Maynard. He returned them unopened. I dropped McGee for Cameron. My character does speculate that John D. met his father, Shannon, at Bahia Mar and based Travis McGee on his father, Shannon. Maybe I should have kept his name and sued him for child support, you think? To do the research, I for those novels, folks. I drank in all the same bars as Hemingway, fished the Gulf Stream, hung out in biker bars and Miami Beach high-rises. I wrote for Easy Riders, Bikers, Chic, American Free Press, and Motorcycle Industry. All things considered, I was doing well. Then I made a mistake. Following a life-changing event, outraged at the Waco incidents, I swore I would not watch something like that happen again on television. I started the Free American magazine and the militia movement in New Mexico around the country. I underestimated the ruthlessness of the people running the country and did not perceive myself as any kind of a threat to anyone. What's an old biker from Texas got to threaten the government? These moves, though, made me the target of the ADL and Southern Poverty Law Center in publications like Armed and Dangerous and False Patriots. Bearing that in mind, during all of the hate directed my way, I did nothing wrong, was not arrested, and had face-to-face communications with sheriffs, FBI agents, governors, presidential candidates in pursuit of stories for my magazine. In the 10 years that I published the Free American, I watched the patriot and militia movement demonized and destroyed through infiltration and misdirection from outside sources. I came to the conclusion that the elite were right in saying we do not have the intelligence to rule ourselves. Nothing has changed. Rick Light, founder of the well-regulated American Militia website, after being on my show to talk about division in the Patriot movement, in the Patriot Unity Coalition, he was attacked savagely by a former associate who accused him of being a federal informant. Last week, somebody I never met accused me of being a child molester. These are negative forces floating around in a battle of principalities, folks. The most negative directed at us come from within our own families. God forgive them, for they know not what they do. I had started the Free American Thunder Riders magazine. In addition to my nationally distributed Free American magazine, then came the second life-changing event. David, you're making noise.
Hello?
Yeah, you're making noise here. You're rattling your phone around. What are you doing? You beating on a milk carton or something?
Oh, no. I just closed the freezer door.
Oh, okay. Now, folks, was it a simple motorcycle accident or an attempt on my life? It's a moot point now and debatable then, due to the phone call 30 minutes before to my office, which pinpointed my location and route. This accident occurred the month after we learned that George Bush had allowed the NSA to tap all of our cell phones. The NSA subbed the work out to 2 Israeli companies, Amdocs and Converse. All of this happened under the cloak of the Patriot Act and in the shadow of 9/11. Perhaps I made a mistake referring to the incident on the air over worldwide shortwave as an exaggerated case of Jewish lightning. After 4 months in hospitals and being drugged into unconsciousness by our stellar medical establishment for 3 of them, I got out, thought that everyone around me was crazy. I thought the doctors were trying to kill me. Could have been the drugs, could have been concussion, or even brain damage. But after 8 years of trying to put something back together again, I've come to the conclusion that I may have been right. The doctors in 3 hospitals. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Clayton, I can tell you for a fact that none of those things that happened to you were by chance. None of those things just happened naturally. And they have been trying to get you. You've been the #1 target for a long time, but at the moment, there's so many more of us rising up and cropping up from the surface. They're just trying to swat all these disturbances, and they just can't. They got bigger problems to handle now than any one person, but you started it, and you are going to get the credit for it one of these days. But it's going to be a massive overthrow too. It's like everyone from the 19-year-old voters to a few smart older people like ourselves are going to be smiling this November 15th. That may be the recount and the recount and the recount of the votes. Because we're going to take this next election. We're going to make things right. We're going to overthrow what's been done to us for all of our lives. And I'm just always every day when I listen to your program, my hands start sweating and they start to itch, and I can't wait. So I'm glad we're at the point in time where we're all standing right now, and we can all see just what's been done to us as a populace in a country. But like I said earlier, we can also take a look and see what's going on over in Central Europe today, and we can see the way the bankers are all being chased out of their homes, and some of the banks are even getting burnt to the ground. So this is just inspirational for me to see happening, not here, but over there. And once again, you are a true patriot and a leader of men and women. And I don't care what anybody says to you. I don't care what these trolls have to bark. They don't have a prayer in this world for themselves. So it's almost like listening to a like a person just tell you just exactly what's wrong instead of what's right.
Well, they do that, and that's a negative. You know, I've talked about it, David, and I think this is kind of what we're in here. Let me finish this article. Now, this article I sent out.
Sure.
I sent this article out. Okay, the article, yeah, you know, I thought people were crazy, but folks, you are being driven crazy. You are sipping fluoride with your morning coffee, unless you use a reverse osmosis. You are being fed chemtrails. We've taken tests after a spraying. There's tremendous concentrations of aluminum, and remember, there's warning signs up, don't eat the snow on Mount Rainier, because the aluminum is dangerous.
Well,
Now, folks, the doctors in 3 hospitals gave my family little hope. They were told I might never be the same. They were told by the doctors to make arrangements for long-term care, get guardianship of him, make sure he doesn't drive, and see that he takes those pills. I only took one and knocked me out. I passed on the pills and told them the only medication I needed was a joint and a Harley. That didn't sit well with my family. My wife thought the doctors saved me. I thought they tried to kill me. They wanted me to sit by a creek and fish. I wanted to go back to work. I felt like I'd been drugged needlessly for months and presented with a $750,000 hospital bill for 3 broken ribs. Oh yeah, my collarbone was cracked a little. Was that a conspiracy or just business as usual? And folks, here's where it kind of gets touchy. My sons are strong and smart. Cameron helped me start Thunder Riders. Trevor came back from college in Hawaii to help. They stepped in to help my wife, Janet, run Arizona's Thunder Riders magazine. They were able to keep Thunder Riders magazine going while I was out of it. An amazing feat in itself. I asked them, how did you do it? You never expressed an interest, and I never showed you the programs. We figured it out, Dad. But they could not keep the Free American going. They simply did not have the knowledge to do that. They believed me to be an invalid, not the case. The guardianship went nowhere after the investigator declared me to be the most well-recovered head injury patient she had ever interviewed in 7 years. My wife left me the next day. I should have handled things differently once I got out of the hospital. But my brand new Harley was totaled. My Free American magazine was gone. My family soon followed. My sons went back to the lives they created before the accident. They loved to ski, and Arizona did not hold any fond memories after 3 months of seeing their father in an induced coma, being fed intravenously. But once I was out of the hospital, they tried to force me to follow the doctor's orders. I fought them. I fought the controls and tried to restore my life the way it had been. My sons had no idea of the force or the ruthlessness that Jewish-controlled security forces within our government use in dealing with their enemies. Speaking up in regards to the Jewish connection to 9/11 made me a domestic enemy to the Jewish crime cartels you call the CIA. My family perceived me the same way the doctors tried to portray me. They say I drove them away, and that could be true. The same thing is happening to patriot families all over the country as we get nearer to the total police state for many of the same reasons. We see this as a war, and our families see us as crazy. Divide and conquer is the oldest maxim in warfare. My wife's sister was dying in Tennessee. Janet went to see her, stayed for her funeral, and then went to work for her father, who threatened to disown her if she came back to me. She came back to Arizona long enough to pack and leave. I thought I had failed. I thought I had done something wrong. The story of the attacks on me and my losses are detailed in the book I wrote while recuperating, Mystery Babylon, The New World Order Unveiled. I was disappointed in the response of the Patriot movement I had supported with the Free American until the accident. These disappointments combined with loneliness, depression, lost income, and constant attacks from various and unexpected sources, were enough to induce depression and even thoughts of suicide. I began to understand why so many of my brothers who did go to Vietnam have killed themselves, more than were killed by the Vietnamese over there. Recently, I was banned from Tea Party sites for my defense of Ron Paul, and I was listed along with Larry Pratt, CEO of Gun Owners of America and a regular guest on my show, in an NAACP website as bigots the week after I'd had a black Tea Party spokesman, Lloyd Marcus, on my radio show. These attacks are still happening because of the common sense solutions and accurate analysis of the problems displayed in the conversation with my guest, some of the most intelligent people in the country. What is really depressing about the attacks on myself and other patriots is they come from the people we are trying to save. These are counterintelligence, psyops operation orchestrated by high-level communist operatives, but with the help of the mainstream patriots are presented to their friends and relatives as radical extremists rather than the patriots they are. The internet is a valuable tool for spreading information, but disinformation is being spread at the same time. The internet is full of trolls, the people whose indoctrination and conditioning is so strong they will literally have some kind of seizure if you broach them with a topic even vaguely controversial. Do not forget to remind such people that it is the greatest act of ignorance to dismiss something you know nothing about. And if they insist they do know about the topic they are dismissing, for example, about 2 planes can't demolish 3 buildings, that a freely growing herb on Earth might cure human disease, or that Coney 2012 is nothing more than a poorly disguised precursor to NATO invasion and occupation of the African continent, a la Iraq and Afghanistan, and press them on it. Ask them what they know about it. If they can answer, then ask them where they got their information. Keep pushing. Do not acquiesce because you were informed, or they are either ill-informed or misinformed. If you were a medic on a battlefield and an injured soldier assisted, I don't need your help, would you walk away as they bled to death? Your species needs you. The earth is the battlefield. You are the medics, and the battle is almost over, whether won or lost. Don't wait to play your role. Do not wait to save your species. Do not wait for someone else to do it for you. If you are listening to this, then someone is you. The world needs you. And folks, I've got 2 novels out in my Ultimate Biker Patriot novels. This fiction series is closer to reality than any reality show going. It's written in the style of John D. MacDonald's Travis McGee series. Trevor Cameron Hamilton goes through an awakening process that will propel him into a battle in the future for the republic known as America. That's One Bloody Alabaster Eye and Deadly Flashes of Silver. You can get it at Amazon, at Kindle. You can get it from me at freeamerican.com. You can get it from the publishing company, the printer that prints the books for you. You can have it printed, or you can have it as a PDF version for $10. Now, folks, all that is on freeamerican.com. And the whole story of my 25 years in the Patriot Movement, Operation Watchtower, Homeland Security Assessment Report, is all, and the history of the Rothschilds, and the story of Christian identity, who the Israelites really were, is all in Mystery Babylon, the New World Order Unveiled. It's written by me. I was enraged by the atrocities committed at Waco, helped start the Patriot Movement and the militia. I'm a veteran who remained loyal to his oath. I wanted to know the reason something like Waco could happen in America. I was targeted by powerful groups with high-level connections in government. My search for answers and my willingness to share that information with the American people in print and broadcasting almost cost me my life after 9/11. Like Joe McCarthy, President Kennedy, Benjamin Franklin, I was demonized, marginalized, and attempts were made on my life. My search for the truth cost me my wife, my family, and my business. You can read about it in Mystery Babylon, the New World Order unveiled. Amazon, freeamerican.com.
I'd like to thank you today for having me sit in with you on the show, and everything you say is all right on target. I just heard this morning from a website that they are now using the South Spun technique in Russia in their hospitals to heal their patients that are in there for various different things. I don't know, I have to verify that this is true, but I heard this morning on the internet that they're now using the South Spun fluid technique in Russia. So,
oh yeah, let's tell people about that. We got 9 minutes left, and I want you to know, folks, I've been doing this with my coffee for the last year. I don't know if it does any good or not. I can't tell you, because I don't go to doctors. I don't do anything. I don't have any illness. I don't have any anything wrong. But makes my coffee taste better. Tell people about it.
Yes, it does make your fluids taste better. But for those of you out there new today to this website or this blog TV, if you have a chance, go to the YouTube today and look up A New Cure for Cancer. There's 3 parts to this video: A New Cure for Cancer and everything else, and A New Cure for Cancer lesson 3. And all 3 of these videos explain the new South Spun fluid concept, which dovetails with our 7-year cellular rebuild cycle in our bodies. That is, you need to influence your cup before you drink it with your hands for 13 seconds, and it south spins the electron in the H2O molecule. So it actually empowers your body and causes you to rebuild all those cells that are since gone a little bit sour. Clayton's demonstrating there the 3-finger technique on the screen and putting it right next to the beverage, as you can see before you. And like I say, it only takes 13 seconds. But if you do this to soda pop, beer, or wine for about 45 seconds, it'll flatten them, and it makes the wine taste sweet. So it's what the magicians used to do in the old days to a king's goblet of wine before he drank it. And you don't even touch the glass. So try it and see for yourselves, and it'll make you feel better in time. I know Clayton just started it this last year, but in a while, his hair's going to start turning brown, just like Larry King's did on television, and just like Dr. Phil's will soon be coming back in. He's been sending me emails over to YouTube asking me about that. But just take a look at them on the YouTube. They're called A New Cure for Cancer, lessons 1 through 3. And thank you once again, Clayton, for letting me get on your show here with you today and promote those videos, and just add my 2 cents to the program as well.
No problem. I appreciate you coming on. You're always there for me, and I would like for you to get with my friend that's at the political party. Talk to him about that, because what I want to submit, I've got to submit a proposal to the internet companies, and I'm including Timothy Bible College. I'm including the Way Church. I'm including the Little Red Schoolhouse, and I will include your campaign. And but I would prefer to do that under a party. I've tried to work with parties, but it hasn't been too successful. Howard Phillips started the American Taxpayer Parties, and he also that went on to be the Constitution Party. And they really he's been trying to do a good job, but he has aspirations of running for president, and he won't make it. But
well, you know what it takes, Clayton, to make it all the way up to the top of the hill when you're running for president. It takes a little bit more than any one man is capable of nowadays. It takes a union of sorts, but it also takes the Creator, being on your side. And I think that's what we've got on our side this time around. We've got the Creator, and he's pulling all the strings for us. So I think this time we're going all the way.
I hope so. And all right, what do we got here? A few more minutes. few more minutes here, and we'll be, what do we got here? We'll look here. Okay, we got that. See if we get this working here.
I don't know for a fact, Clay, but I'd say you're looking a bit younger too on the screen there, unless you got a new makeup person with you.
I changed directions, you know. I'm facing a different direction now.
I see you got a different background.
I turned around. I just turned around. This is what's always, that's what you got my front view, what it's always been my front view now. Let me see here. Alright. Keep you with me for just a second here, while we get this working here. Okay, I got in here, but I didn't get that recorded. Too bad. Oh well. Okay, we're out of that. And, folks, you want to help, go to freeamerican.com. We've got somebody that's going to take the show all over the world. That's going to be happening. We're putting together staff. We're making some commercials. We're going to be upgrading the looks on YouTube of the show, adding visuals and everything, so you don't have just watch me talk. And all that's happening now. And I really appreciate the support that we have out there. And the trolls out there, well, you know what, David, I don't think, especially with me, because I don't have any personal dogma. You know, how many Christians have approached you and gone, well, you know, if you don't believe the way we believe, you're going to go to hell. And
well, I tell them there's always something new coming down the pipe every day. So keep your ears open and your eyes open now. All that old stuff was fine and dandy, but there's something new coming. And we got to, you know, readjust, make a way, do a little different.
All right, I did say I would take calls today. I did say that, didn't I? Let me see if we got anybody here besides you. And, well, we're out of time here. Okay, sorry about that. High end, sorry I didn't get to you. David, thank you for being with me. freeamerican.com is that's the place to go, folks. Send me an email. You can talk to me, or you can call me. I am looking for people to work with. I'm looking for support. The numbers are up on my website. God bless you all. David, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.